When I first came here, I kind of had like a real idea of like how art worked. I was like, this is art, this isn't art. And through coming here, I kind of realized like no one really knows, and it's just kind of what you want it to be.
When I first came in, like you're thinking, right, art college, it must be so competitive. Not at all. Everyone kind of has their own specific style, and the good thing about art college is you come in and you choose what you're working about.
I've learned so much, and I think that's the key, is just being open to learning that like you don't know everything from the beginning, but this is the place to experiment and challenge and push yourself as much as possible.
Probably the most important thing in my work is colour.
Like lost objects and kind of like the notion of time passing.
Yeah, my work is about like childhood, kind of about like belonging basically.
I look a lot at the senses, so how people touch things or see things.
Why is it that we see the world as we do? And why is it that no person sees the world as another person does?
Why we order things in the way we do, constructing an invisible line around groups of individuals or even nature that doesn't exist.
I have always been interested in gender and identity.
I always, like halfway through a project, I like step back and I'm like, oh wait, this is another self-portrait. There's always like the self in it, and identity, I guess.
Really, we all think in our heads maybe in some ways that we're making these leaps and bounds, but actually the same problems or the same things we're working through were there from day one.
I think I've become a lot more confident in myself in terms of my own style as an artist or a designer. I feel like I'm ready to face the world now. When I came in here, I had no clue. I didn't even know if I wanted to study art.
You will definitely be altered by the time you leave the college. Like, it's progressive, it's subtle, it's like a process of osmosis.
This is my work and I stand behind it, whereas I think up till then you kind of like shyly put things on the wall and run away when they're up there.
Everything changed when I started at NCAD. And the most rewarding part of being here is that you're constantly being challenged by the tutors, by the technicians, and then you start to get that same like drive for yourself. I wouldn't be the artist I am today without it, really.
I came here for the open day and I just felt the atmosphere that was here, and I instantly imagined myself coming here, working here, studying here. And I think that's to do with the people that are here. Everyone is oozing with creativity, and it's such a good environment to be in, to be producing creative work.
We all have so many different experiences, and your thought process could be very similar to the person next to you, or it could be completely opposite, and they might say something like, oh, have you ever tried doing it this way? And it's something that's never crossed your mind before, and you could give it a go and actually realize that it's something really, really fun.
And then there's a natural kind of feeling of wishing the best for other people. At the same time, you're getting that feedback back yourself. So that's why being in the studio in here, when we were allowed back in, we were elated actually. Being in the environment here it's really conducive to a creative force field around you. And you feel that buoyancy.
I'm glad that I stuck at it. It's been tough. There've been moments when I've thought I'm just going to drop out, but you know, I kept going even though it was hard, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that.
Well, it was quite hard over lockdown, just especially in terms of not having access to any kind of print. So when we got back in, everyone flocked to the studio. It was really nice, and it really makes you appreciate being in the studio and having someone walk by your desk and say, oh God, that's lovely, or ooh, would you think about doing this?
It's almost like you're in the art world when you're here. Everybody who's here is a professional artist. Like all the tutors are professional artists. Some people find it difficult because they are a college that challenges you a lot, and some people find that difficult, and I found that difficult. And you have to be prepared for that, and you have to just accept it, you know, and challenge them back, and like really know why you're doing what you're doing. So it does prepare you, definitely.
There's nothing like being in art college and just being surrounded by people who think in the same manner that you do. Your peers challenge you and they motivate you and they inspire you, and you just want to do your best while you're around other people who are the same as you.
And like you grow a lot more confident in yourself, because even first year me, talking about your work in front of people, you're like, oh, I don't know. And now I'm just like, this is what I'm doing, like it or not. And it's just nice, and there's such a community here. Like, you'll miss it.